Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I know it's early, but I've been wanting to get you on my program, and I'm really happy that you were able to do it. Um, Eric has been. I really have run into Eric. I've run into you because you've been involved with a lot of activism, which I know you'll probably share a little bit more about. But you have just been out there showing up in so many different places for everybody, for all of us, and it's been very impressive to watch. And I know you also were helpful with Rick's campaign a little bit. My husband when he ran for office, which meant the world to us. And you went to you're from the South Side. You went to South High School. Just
I did.
so Eric, I'm going to what I do is I'll go ahead and put your values and superpower up on the screen, and I'll let you speak to it. I'm just going to hand it over to you, and then when you're done, we'll chat on the other side. All right?
Okay, awesome. So, thank you for having me on, Tom. I'm excited to be on. My name is Erick Bellomy. I met Tom a few years ago. Um, I think our first interaction was maybe um, during. Well, actually, no. Our first interaction was when Rick was running for Congress, but then um, also when the March for Our Lives happened, and then after that, um, uh, we've been friends ever since. Um, let's see. My four values are honesty, justice, perseverance, and peace. Honesty is a big one for me. I love honesty. I think honesty gets you everywhere. Um, and I've never been a person to um, like someone that was dishonest. Um, Another one is justice. That happens to also be my dog's name too, um, which is American Bulldog. I picked that one is because my dad, when he was murdered, that was something that I um, had to fight for. And then after I had to fight for my dad, I've got involved with other families of homicide victims. So my fight for justice is forever. So I think, with that being said, justice is probably my second biggest value right now because of how much violence that we have here in Columbus. It doesn't make sense. I'm not sure why um, we have so much going on right now, especially since we're breaking our record from 2017, which was the year that my dad passed away. Another one is peace, inner peace. Um, you know, I had to after my dad passed away and after getting involved in activism and all that, I had to find inner peace. Um, and I tell a lot of people, take care of yourself, practice self care, and find your inner peace. That was a big thing that I had to do when my dad passed away, and when I have to organize these events, or when I have to show up because there's shootings of unarmed black men, in the country. You know, you have to have some sort of inner peace to be able to continue this fight. I mean, perseverance, that's a big one. That's one of the ones that I've had to learn over the past 4 years since the Trump presidency. Um, I was sitting in South Bend Tavern on November 9th or 8th, I believe, when Donald Trump was elected. We got the results that, Hillary Clinton lost, and that was one of the worst feelings that I've ever felt. I felt like, we was defeated. I felt there was no turn. And then if you look at that top middle picture, that was a protest that I organized the day after his election. And that was the start of my activism. Now, the top left picture that you see there, that is with Joe Biden. I was actually invited by Elizabeth Heyer and Joe Biden's team, um, with the Brady campaign, to be at his rally for. Um, he was actually endorsed by Everytown and Brady this day. And if you remember, this was when he was up in the Toledo area, and someone tried to argue with Joe about his stance on guns. And you know how Joe is; he is a tough guy. So, um, and that was also one of his last very public events that he held, because of the coronavirus. Um, since the shooting of my dad, I've been able to get involved in a lot of things. Um, I started a nonprofit, the Gun Violence Survivor Network. Um, I started in Leadership Academy, and we created a program called Put a Lock on It, which tonight, if anybody in Columbus has any type of unstored or unlocked gun in their home, and if they need a gun lock, we will be at the People's Fresh Market, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. today, passing out free gun locks and safety information and safe storage information from the In Family Fire campaign through the Brady campaign. So that's an awesome way for you to make your home safer, as well as to store your guns, like they're supposed to be. Um, Also, I haven't made it public yet, but I am part of one of Joe Biden's 100-day policies committees, and that is the gun violence committee. I am on the mass shooting committee. And basically, what we do is we meet biweekly, and we are recommending policies to Joe Biden for his first 100 days in office. And I'm pretty excited about that. We are just now getting started, and there's so many great people on our team from across the country. And I think that we are going to create some real change. I'm looking at different um, policy groups that Joe Biden has right now, and it looks like we have some great people involved. And I think that we're going to have an interesting 2021, and I think we're going to build back better than ever. Don't want to quote Donald Trump's campaign or whatever, but I think we are going to win big, and I can't wait.
Nice, nice. And so, Eric, your superpower is to bring folks together. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so this is a hard question for me, actually. It's really hard for someone to think about um, what is their superpower. And this question, when it was brought up to me, I had to think about it, and it took me a while to understand exactly what my superpower was in this movement. And I have a weird ability to bring people together, thousands of people together, for a common cause, and it's the absolutely most beautiful thing that um, you can witness. Honestly, protest, peaceful protest, and all of that. That is absolutely beautiful. It's rejuvenating. I feel like it makes us stronger. We get to see the work that everybody is doing in our community, and we also get to advocate for all of us, all of each other that are at the rally, and that are people that are still at home. Um, I've just had this weird ability to be able to get hundreds and thousands, not hundreds and thousands, but hundreds or thousands of people to come together and work together. And it's pretty awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten to witness some of that, bringing people together for a common cause. You have been a tremendous leader. You have, you had a couple key moments in your life. You shared, Trump winning, beating Hillary, and how you made that you feel, and then you had a choice to make in that moment as to what you were going to do about it. And
Right.
damn, did you do something about it,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
rocked it. You rocked it, and you've inspired thousands of people. And who knows? All of your work might be the difference in Ohio. Who knows? And then the tragic thing that happened with your dad. You know, I know this is a big week for you, Eric, and I just want you to know that so many people love you and care about you
I
and
appreciate that.
are grateful for this another choice that you made, which was to do something about that.
Yeah.
And you got to meet the Vice President Joe Biden, and
Yeah, that was exciting too. That was pretty fun.
look at the work you're doing. I mean, if you take a step back and think about the tremendous work you're doing and the difference you're making, and that it's going to change. It will change,
I
right?
have faith. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
faith. You gotta have faith, or without faith, you have nothing. So
Well, you have another thing called courage, and I've just watched you step up, and as you've done that, you've inspired people,
yeah,
and
try to.
you are making a difference, my friend. I'm so grateful, and I know a lot of people are. You are making a difference. I know your dad would be so proud of you.
I
I know he
appreciate it.
would.
I
I
really do,
know he
Tom.
would. So I, one last thing, Eric, since you've done this work, and I know you said you graduated from South High School in 2013. So you're on the young side of this, but tell me what you're most hopeful about in this moment during this crazy time. What are you most hopeful about?
Um, I'm hopeful that we can bring our country back together. That is really what I'm hopeful about.
Mhm.
Yes, policy is great, but we've been so divided these past 4 years. I'm hoping that I'm really hoping that we can all come together and just love each other, honestly, because it's been so bad these past 4 years.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. That's a beautiful way to end our time today. Gosh, Eric, thank you for all your work.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for having me. It was a great time and can't wait to look back on it.
It's awesome. Hey, just remember, even when it's really damn cloudy out, the sun is always shining, right?
Right, exactly.
All right, my friend. I hope you have a great day. Love you, man.
You too. Love you too. Bye bye.